Welcome to another Brain Busters video. Today we are looking at Machu Picchu, Peru and the crack open secrets it may possess. Back in 1911, the American archaeologist Hiram Bingham, once reaching the Urubamba Valley while looking for another Incan site, spoke with a local farmer who shared the location of Machu Picchu with Bingham. Thinking that the farmer was exaggerating, he climbed the mountain with no supplies as he suspected he would be down again for lunch. He met with people living on two of the jungle-filled ruins who shared lunch with him. There is evidence missionaries and other travelers finding the site, however Bingham documented it and shared it to the world. Since its discovery in the early 20th century, Machu Picchu has taken off as a leading worldwide destination to visit and one of the modern wonders of the world. Much has been speculated regarding the ancient citadel's establishment on top of a mountain. Join us as we uncover the mysteries of Machu Picchu, taking you on a tour across time to try and find answers to one of the world's greatest puzzles. Tactically, it is difficult to find and travel to, surrounded by mountains covered in what is the start of the Amazon rainforest to the north. Relatively nearby you can also find one of the main sources of the Amazon River. A glacier situated on a mountain near a local village where the stone throne of the Inca kings overlook. The exact purpose of Machu Picchu during the time of Incan reign is under much debate. Because of its proximity to Cusco, some archaeologists presume it was used as a getaway for city nobles. Others argue it has more practical roots, such as for crop testing, trading, or even possibly a prison. Even so, archaeologists have projected that Machu Picchu was only able to hold 750 people. Only 200 skeletons were found when cleared of jungle overrunning the ruins during its discovery. This low population number and religious buildings on site tends researchers to believe today that its sole purpose was for spiritual and ceremonial traditions. Along those lines, elongated skulls were found on the grounds of Machu Picchu in cemeteries for the nobles of the civilization. It was believed that Inca royalty elongated their skulls to prove their dominance, which was similar to the Mayan culture. The historian Donato Amato stated that Machu Picchu was the place from which the Incas administered their empire, while this was true during the Spanish invasion when they ran the king of the time from his stone throne at the Temple of the Condor in Ollantaytambo, also known as the Sacred Valley. The main structures are upper-class residential housing and temples at Machu Picchu, complemented by agricultural steppe-growing areas. In some respect it was a smaller version and more defendable version of the Temple of the Condor in the Sacred Valley. There are many mysteries of Machu Picchu, including who to credit for the ancient citadel's construction more than 2,400 meters above sea level in the middle of the Andes and the Amazon basin. The stonework fits like a jigsaw with no gaps or mortar used. This accuracy with hard materials such as granite is intriguing in itself. Some walls have locks for doors and solar calendars built in, adding more to the complexity of the complex structure. It was expected that these well-fitting walls were to stop challenges of earthquakes that you can see have damaged most of the mountains and hills, adding natural step-like shapes to the soil. Due to the civilization of the Incas coming after a more primitive culture in the same location, many sites were created on top of existing structures. Many have smaller stone structures dating back before the Inca yet have been incorporated into the more modern Inca building design and common across Peru. To date, it is believed that the ninth ruler of the Inca, Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, built Machu Picchu in the mid-15th century after defeating his enemies. Another great mystery of Machu Picchu is how it was built without the wheel. Although the Incas are believed to have known about the wheel's existence, they never used it. Many large granite rocks used in the citadel's construction had to be moved somehow up the steep Andean mountains to be set in place. There is a small Condor temple situated in the depths of the citadel, where black llamas were sacrificed as an offering to the Condor. There was also a tower where priests were said to have given spiritual messages to the people that would have gathered in the central plaza. Near the back of the plaza was large stone carved to the profile of the neighboring mountain. The question becomes, why build such a structure that appears to be a miniature approximation of the Temple of the Condor, yet does not have a throne but packed with places of worship? Keeping all of these factors in mind, the collaboration of a superior race or more advanced beings that predate the Incas is an interesting theory, especially since the older masonry at the bottom of structures and walls are heavier and more finely carved stones. The elongated heads of royalty perhaps mimicked the heads of advanced beings, or the worship of condors that flew above the Peruvian inhabitants. Perhaps the height and obscurity of the citadel was used to hide extraterrestrial meetings and worship them with gold statues and blood offerings. Alternatively, it could have been a strategic precaution due to continuous battles with other civilizations located in the region at that time. Interestingly, historians report that it was these groups that the Spanish amassed and used as an army against the Incan Empire in order to export gold through the river running through modern-day Lima. Never forget that Spanish started the conquest of South America with only one boat and crew. If you liked this video, don't forget to smash the like button like a chimp in heat, subscribe as if you were playing Russian roulette with a loaded potato cannon, and comment below what videos you would like to see in the future. Thanks for watching. Now consume more Brain Busters content.